In 2600 BCE, a civilization was building cities with underground sewage systems. Every house connected to it. Covered drains running beneath every street. And indoor bathrooms. Thousands of years before Rome had public toilets. This is the Harappan civilization. And the fact that you don't know its name tells you everything about how history gets written. Distant city murmur, wind, a single bell or chime. The Harappan civilization flourished from roughly 2600 to 1900 BCE. Its heart, the Indus River Valley, modern-day Pakistan and northwest India. While Egypt was building pyramids and Mesopotamia was writing its first laws, the Harappans were doing something almost nobody else was doing. They were planning their cities before they built them. At its peak, this civilization covered more territory than ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia combined. More than 1,400 settlements have been identified across that territory, from small farming villages to massive planned cities. SFX. Morning city ambience, birds, distant river sound. The story of Harappa's rise begins with something deceptively simple. The brick. The standardization. Every Harappan brick, from cities hundreds of miles apart, followed the exact same ratio, 4 to 2 to 1. That is not a coincidence. That is a system. SFX, rhythmic clay shaping sounds, kiln crackling. The grid. Harappan cities were laid out on a grid. Streets running at right angles, oriented to catch the wind for natural cooling. Underneath every street, a covered drainage channel, built from brick and sealed with gypsum mortar. SFX, footsteps on brick, distant marketplace chatter. The plumbing. Individual homes had their own wells, their own bathing platforms, their own private latrines connected directly to the street drains. A family in Harappa in 2500 BCE had better sanitation than most of the world would have for the next 4,000 years. By 2200 BCE, Harappa and its sister city, Mohenjo-daro, were among the largest urban centers on Earth, each housing tens of thousands of people. And then there is the detail most documentaries skip entirely. Nobody has ever found a palace, no grand royal tomb, no monuments built to glorify a single ruler. Water sounds, ceremonial murmurs, echo of large stone space. For a Bronze Age civilization this size, that is almost unheard of. Egypt had pharaohs. Mesopotamia had god kings. Harappa may have governed itself through something else entirely. A council, a guild system, a kind of collective authority historians still argue about today. And here is the detail that should stop you cold. They had writing. Thousands of inscribed seals and tablets. Nobody on Earth today can read a single word of it. But writing was not their most impressive invention. The Harappans built the first known standardized system of weights and measures on Earth. Not approximate. Precise. Accurate down to 1.6 millimeters. SFX, scale clinking, soft marketplace haggling. That precision mattered because Harappa was not trading locally. Archaeologists have found Harappan seals in the Mesopotamian cities of Ur and Kish, over 1,000 miles away. For roughly 400 years, from 2400 to 2000 BCE, Harappan ships carried copper, carnelian beads, and fine cotton textiles directly into the heart of Mesopotamia. And here is where the two civilizations split in a way that changes everything. The Sumerians declared their king divine, a god to be worshipped. The Harappans, running an empire just as vast, never glorified a single name. The great cities emptied by 1300 BCE. But here is what didn't disappear. The descendants of Harappan farmers and artisans didn't vanish. They dispersed into smaller villages across the Ganges plain, carrying their crafts, their crops, and likely their genes into the civilizations that followed. SFX, ancient marketplace sound fading into modern street ambience. And right now, in 2026, there is a $1 million prize offered to anyone who can finally decode their script. 4,000 years later, we are still trying to read their mail. 3 things Harappa teaches us that still apply today. 1. Infrastructure beats monuments. Harappa built no palaces. They built drains. 4,000 years later, we remember the drains. Nobody remembers a Harappan king's name. The companies and systems that last are rarely the flashiest ones. They are the ones that quietly work every single day for everyone. Think about the companies that actually run your life. The ones that process your payments, route your electricity, keep water flowing to your tap every morning without you ever thinking about it. Most of them are not famous. You probably could not name their CEO. But take them away for one day, and the whole system stops. Harappa understood something most empires never figure out. Monuments get built to impress people in the moment. Infrastructure gets built to serve people, long after you are gone. 2. Centralized power is not required for complex systems. Nobody has found a Harappan emperor, and yet their cities were more standardized than most modern ones. Sometimes the strongest systems are the ones built on shared standards, not a single point of control. 3. The thing that built you can be the thing that erases you. The rivers that made Harappa's farmland the richest in the ancient world were the same rivers that abandoned them slowly over centuries. Every system that depends entirely on one resource, one climate, one condition staying constant, is one slow shift away from collapse. What is the river you are depending on that could quietly move? Here is what I want to leave you with. In 1922, when archaeologists first uncovered Mohenjo-daro, they assumed it was a few hundred years old. It turned out to be older than the pyramids of Giza. And here is the strangest part of the whole story. Modern city planners studying sustainable urban design still reference Harappan drainage systems as a model. A 4,000-year-old sewage network is still considered ahead of some cities being built today. A civilization spanning more land than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined left us no kings, no wars, no monuments to ego. Just drains, bricks, and a script we still cannot read. Maybe that is exactly why we forgot them. They never built anything designed to make us remember. Here is my question for you. If a civilization leaves behind no kings and no wars, only infrastructure that worked, does it deserve to be remembered less or more? Tell me in the comments. I will pin the most interesting answer. Subscribe prompt. Next episode, TBD, coming next Friday. Like plus share prompt.